Hello. Hello, Schmitz. Thank you for the 44 months, Schmitz. I hope you're doing well. 44 months of howdies. Corey does all the howdies. He's a he's a real cowboy. How are ya? How's it going? As always, I never know how to stream. How to exist. How does one exist in this timeline? Oh, I'm smacking my microphone stand, arm thingy. I hope you're doing well. Pew, pew, pew. YouTube is being a bit of a jerk. And I don't know why. Oh, what a night, what a day, what a month. I can't believe it's been another month. That's kind of crazy. But here we are. Oh, I'm getting head pats. Ah, there they are. Don't quaff. Thank you for the head pat. I appreciate it. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. The month is almost over. I blinked and March marched away. Can you believe that? I feel like time, and like people have probably said this since the dawn of time, but time moves so fast and so slowly at the same time. It's like, Patrick Starr really had it right. Time is an enigma. I'm doing well. It has been it has been a time since I last spoke with everyone since our Valentine's date. Oh my goodness. It feels like forever. Schmitz, it's your birthday? This stream was specifically dedicated to Schmitzelplex. Okay, everyone, this is Schmitz's stream now. This is the Schmitz birthday celebration. And that's that. Okay? And now we sing to Schmitz. Ready, everyone? Get your harmonies ready. Happy, happy birthday. It's your birthday, Schmitz. You are really awesome. You deserve all the gifts. I am so sorry. Or you're welcome. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. And Abby, hello. Here just for greetings. Good to see you. Thanks for popping by to the Schmitz birthday party. Schmitz, I didn't know your birthday was in March. Same, actually. I celebrated my birthday. What was that, last week? My birthday was the 16th. I don't even know when that was anymore. Just I don't I don't know time. But today is Schmitz's birthday. And Schmitz has been such a great part of this community and a million communities. And it's always nice to see you around and just having fun, being supportive, being so wholesome and also chaotic, the good chaos we need. So thank you. And we wish you the happiest birthday. And I hope you have wonderful, wonderful times. I don't know how to words. Okay. I've my brain is off. I've been up forever. Um, but yes, you deserve all the good things and I wish you the best. Lots of health. Um, Lots of good food, lots of strength, perseverance, happiness, joy, love, getting all the 5 stars on one poll. Like the single poll has like 20 of the 5 stars that you want, and and if you like Persona, all the personas, I don't know if that means anything. Social links, have all the social links. Pokemon, may you have your favorite Pokemon. And yeah, you're awesome. Hi, Captain Robbie. I am here and you're here. And TK's here. But yeah, happy birthday, Schmitz. I would sing a real happy birthday, but I think I would hurt your ears. I don't know if I can't sing anymore. Or can I? Oh. Oh. I had the zoomies for a second. Gotta hydrate. So yeah, this is gonna be a very short stream. I have things I gotta do for tomorrow, so I just wanted to catch up because I had a little bit before I had to go to sleep. So I wanted to pop in and say hello and catch you guys up on what's happened in the last month. Um, and yeah, I don't even know where to start. We left off on Valentine's Day. That was Thank you so much for everyone who went on a date with me as a VTuber. Thanks for that. That was fun. Since then, it became March. The world is in chaos, but we persist, right? So, what happened? Um, I was applying to jobs. Um, a friend recommended me to a job, and so I was like, "Hey, this sounds like a great opportunity because I really need a job." So, I'm grateful. So, I'll just apply and see what happens. And went through the whole process and they hired me. So, yay, I have a job now. It's not a lot of income. I will say that. But I will not complain. I've actually complained a lot because I'm tired already. But I'm very grateful. I have a job. It's saving life right now. I really needed it. So I'm very grateful to such a great friend for recommending me, and hopefully I can save up for for a Switch too. Ain't no way. Your girl's gotta live first. I'm gonna do a subathon for a Switch too, okay? Subathon for Switch too. So I can play Pokopia. I really want to play Pokopia. Um, but yeah, that's exciting. Hi, Void Lord. Good to see ya. I actually started the job. I was supposed to start the job a week earlier, but I started the job on my birthday. So the birthday present from the universe was a job. I love being an adult, right? I love being an artist who needs a survival job. That's how the world works. It's fantastic, and I'm being totally sarcastic right now if nobody can tell. Disclaimer, I just want to create jobs. I mean, not jobs. What am I, the president? I want to create art, okay? But hey, if hiring me creates a job for you, then everyone wins. Hire me as a voice actor. Thank you. Goodbye. Does this mean more gachas in Geisha Impact? The only money I've ever spent on Genshin was for the Welkin Moon. Is that what it's called? The Wellingtons? Um, and the times when community was so gracious and generous and donated, I really appreciated that. Um, Hold on, my playlist needs to start over. Vlad, making oats? We had a whole conversation about oats. I have not tried your oats methods, but I'm proud of you, Chef Vlad. um, what's my voice acting price? Depends on the project. It really depends. I do indie projects. I hope to do, non-union video games, union video games. I just want to create. I just want to act. I just want to do something I love. But we live in a world where artists must have a survival job until which point they reach the time when they no longer need survival job, because the art is fulfilling not only the soul but the wallet. However, if you want to make wallet money, don't go into the arts. Like, the arts are for people who want to fulfill their soul, not their wallets. Okay, go into the arts if you're passionate about the arts. It is never about making money. Is being paid for your art great? Absolutely. Pay your artists. Pay your real human artists, whether they're painting, drawing, voice acting, acting on a stage, uh, creating something of any kind. Pay your artists. But also, artists don't go into the arts for money. So, survival jobs. Hi, string beans. Game dev project later when I get to that stage. Oh, well, I mean, no. I I never want to say I'm willing to work for free because we live in the world, but if I'm ever interested in a project and like want to support people, I support as best as I can. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? But regardless of whether I'm involved in the project, I support you, Hollow, and may your creative endeavors flourish. I want all artists to win. Please, all artists. I just want real human artists to win. That's all I desire. The world needs artists. Ooh, I am going on a spiel. String beans. It's good to see you. So yeah, that's my update. Thanks to a great friend, I got a survival job, and it's part-time and it's remote. So it allows me time to do auditions, and if I ever get booked for anything, it allows me time to go to studios and do the thing I actually want to do. Am I still looking for another job? Probably, because ooh, where am I? Where's happening? Ooh, I had to think for a second in my little Zoomy box. I I it's not a lot of income, but it is income, so we're starting in a good place. So I'm hoping for better opportunities, but I will just be grateful for what I have now. Um, welcome back. How are the oats? How did you prepare the oats, chef? Vlad is a chef, if nobody knew, and I'm honestly, I got tired of cooking for myself a long time ago, and I'm grateful I don't have to cook a lot anymore. But I'd be happy to cook. I'm an okay cook, okay? I'm not a chef in any regard. But Vlad, on the other hand, Vlad has been telling me about chef endeavors in the kitchen, and I'm proud of you, and I expect food whenever we meet. Thank you. I could try the oats. You can prepare oats. Thank you. I hear people are celebrating Sora AI shutting down, a party in the universe. Honestly, how do I put this? How do I put this nicely? Sora should have never been made. Humanity and using AI in the creative spaces was never supposed to happen. And brain cells have been crushed, water has been depleted, and I'm glad that Sora is being crushed and shut down and shipped off to the pits of Mordor. you know. I cook sometimes, but nothing too complex. Fair, honestly, simple cooking doesn't necessarily mean bad cooking. Honestly, sometimes the simplest cooking can be the most delicious. Just throw everything in a pot, let it simmer. Mm, have yourself some good soup or chili or a stew or whatever. Roast a whole chicken. I don't know. Throw it in the air fryer. Bake it in the oven. Just let the machine. The only good machines are the ones where you put in the work and then the oven spits out your good thing. We don't need AI. AI is never gonna feed you. But the oven will prepare an edible meal for you. The air fryer will prepare a good meal. The smoker, the stove, the range, even the microwave at this point. Like, brother, may I have some oats? I recently got a slow cooker. Yeah, slow cooker too. Oh yeah. See, these are the tools we need. Salt, meat, salt, fire. Roy, you're on it. That's really all we need, right? Libra, hello. We have so many friends stopping by. Hi, 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 hi. Thank you for stopping by. I love seeing names of people I recognize or like screen names. Like I know you. You're here. Hi, hello. I recognize you. Someone with goldfish memory, that's a feat right there. That means you've made an impression on me and hopefully it's a good one. Because usually I only remember those that leave good impressions or the worst impressions. So, how do you want to be remembered? What if AI turned out like the episode of Jimmy Neutron where he makes a sentient burger machine? I don't remember Jimmy Neutron. I remember watching a few episodes. But if there was a sentient burger machine, I don't want it. I want a good, juicy burger made by human hands. The music is loud. Sorry. Is that better? Have you guys been hearing me? I'm such a I'm such a crappy streamer. I'm scuffed. I always will be. Hi, Paragon. Sorry I haven't been around. Life's been busy. No apologies for that. Life be lifin'. And also, I haven't been around, so we are on the same page. We're all living life, trying to survive. It is what it is. I'm happy you're here now. You have left a good impression. If you ever have left a bad impression, you wouldn't be able to chat in my chat. You know what I'm saying? I might remember your name, but if you ever left a bad impression, you would not be able to type in my chat. No crap or crappy, just scuffy. I scuffs. Much scuffs. Funky monkey. Hello. The funkiest of monkiest. Hello. Official Gray stream. I had to watch an unofficial Gray streams all this time. I am so sorry. I was lurking in the void. I was lurking. But yeah, this is going to be a very short stream. I just wanted to catch up, check in on how you're doing, catch you guys up on what I've been doing. I've been wanting to stream, but life be lifing. So I got a job. I'm training right now. Still looking for hopefully a better opportunity job. Grateful for this one because we all know I needed it. But we're always, looking for somewhere we'll fit a little better. Have a safe drive. Thanks for stopping by. Drive safe. But yeah, got a job. Turned older on the same day I started the job. Nice chill birthday. I never know how to celebrate my birthday now that I'm old, you know. I'm just like I just want to be comfy and have food and and it's good to be in good company, but like very limited company. I don't need a big birthday party. I don't know how to act like in society. So yeah, it was a very quiet but comfy birthday. I thought about doing a birthday stream, but then that made me think that people would gift things, and I not in this economy. I was like, I can't. No, people will be too generous because it's a birthday and people want to gift things on birthdays, and I don't. It's too. The world is too hard right now for me to be accepting of gifts like that, you know? Like treat yourselves, please. So I did not birthday stream. I I was just comfy, just comfy. Um, but we can lightly celebrate by being here right now. Although Pokopia came out, so if anyone wants to give me a Switch 2 and Pokopia, I will not say no. This is your moment. The the Christmas stockings are open. You got 2 seconds. One, two. Oh, time's up. No more gifting. Oh, do I not have a throne thing? I haven't put the Switch 2 or Pokopia on my throne because I am actually afraid someone's gonna gonna like donate and actually buy it. And I need you guys to buy it for yourselves. I would be very grateful and I wouldn't know how to act. I don't, I'm scared of being gifted something like that. I would be happy, but also I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. What I am grateful is Digits BB did sneak in on my throne and he ended up getting what is it called? A little to the left, the little comfy game that we were talking about before. I think QBVT um, recommended it, and I had put it on my throne wish list. And Digits BB actually did get it for my birthday, and I didn't know because I didn't see the notification, and then I was made aware that that happened. So yeah, if you do want to see my throne, it is at the bottom of the Twitch page. You know, like I think it's like the about section of Twitch. I never really look at Twitch pages anymore. I think it's on the about, and there's a link to my throne. Is Nightbot even working? Hold on. Nightbot was having issues the other day. Um, wait, that worked. Nightbot's working. Go follow Paragon if you want. Do you stream? You streamed once, right? Do I not have a throne thing? Wait, what is my I don't even know what my Nightbot commands are. Let's see. Oh, it's gift. Honestly, I should make it throne, but it's exclamation gift. I should just change that to throne because that would be a little more obvious. Yeah, there we go. I just got Was that a notification? Oh no. It just mentions me. All right, we're good. We're good. Um If you want, you could plug my YouTube. Oh, you do YouTubes? Command add throne. Oh, Does that replace the gift one? Thank you, Vlad. I don't know how to work the bot. We don't need AI. See, we just need good mods, humans behind the bots. Thank you. But yeah, Paragon, if you want to throw your YouTube link, have at it. I can delete the gift one later. I have the thing open, so I'll just delete that one later. I'll keep the throne. Thank you. Um, what else happened in March besides me getting older? Oh, if you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, but mostly on Instagram because that's where I post the most. I don't really like Twitter, and I don't like posting my face on Twitter because, again, the AI, and that's gross. I hate it. So I mostly post on Instagram, but if you saw on Instagram, I actually got to announce this is this was on my 2026 manifestation list that I've been working towards, but I got to announce that I am officially signed to a management company. I have a manager for voiceover and on-camera commercials. Yay! So that was cool. It was a big goal of mine to have representation, and I'm really hoping that that opens opportunities for me to audition for things that I might otherwise not see, you know. So I'm really fingers crossed on that. Yay! I'll do my best. I still got to work hard, if not harder than before, because, you got to put in the work. But yeah, I posted that on my Instagram. And yeah, I'm with RSA Talent here in Los Angeles, and I'm excited to see where this leads. Yay! The little voice actor's growing. I'm growing. Oh, thank you, Vlad. Don't mind me. Vlad's working over here. I'm making you work while you're eating your oats. You earning your oats? Thank you, Vlad. And go follow Paragon Greninja's Gotcha Rabbit Hole YouTube videos at www.youtube.com/StardustSpark. That's a nice name. Stardust Spark. Oh my. Hire me to do commercials for your YouTube. Paragon. You have finished your oats. Man, you eat fast. It takes me, no one eat with me, okay? If ever I get invited out to eat, just know I will be the last one still eating. Please. I haven't seen Eat a Meal for an entire stream, so wait, you have seen? Yeah, remember those giant bowls of food? Like my mom would like deliver what my family calls the Super Bowl because it's a giant bowl of food. Yeah, it would take me like 8 hours to eat that. Okay, but that's because I was talking on stream. For like a normal meal, if it's like a small meal, maybe like an hour. Depends on the amount of talking. Don't talk to me while I'm eating. Don't bring up interesting conversation while I'm eating because I won't eat. I will nibble like a bird. I will just peck and talk. Okay, if I'm comfortable. Otherwise, if I'm uncomfortable or really shy or like, I don't know, being super awkward, then I won't talk and I actually will eat to avoid talking. Because then I have a mouthful and you can't expect me to talk with my mouthful. So if I'm feeling really shy, then I will just shove food in my mouth, but I will make it last long enough to survive an awkward conversation. And it's not that the other person is making me feel awkward, it's that I am naturally awkward. So it's not a slight on the other person. It's me. It's a me issue. Get that Trader Joe's gig. Vaxer! I actually did not apply to Trader Joe's. Maybe I should have. Get me one of those cute little pastel bags that are sold out now. I did get another job. Um, so I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I did get a job. I'm very happy. I'm grateful. Still looking for like a good opportunity job, but I'm grateful for this one because your girl needed a survival job. Chef POV, not sure if shy or food delicious. You know what they say, like if you're at a table and everyone stops talking and they're just eating, you know the food is good because everyone's just chowing down. Chicken breast, hello. Mara's blessing to you. Good to see you. Speaking of, I'm excited for Mario movie. I'm excited to see it too. I hope I get to see it. I really want to see the Loom Looms. The ones that have the existential crisis. You know what I'm talking about? The Loom Looms. I really want to see the Loom Looms. I really did need that survival job. But everything's good. March has been good. It's been chaos, but we're surviving and we have good things to celebrate. Got a job. I turned a year older and I got to announce that I have voiceover and commercial representation. So wins all across the board. We're surviving this thing, guys. We're doing it. What else? I have not seen Hoppers. I've heard it's great. From the creator of We Bare Bears. I never actually got to watch We Bare Bears, but I loved staring at them. There were stickers all over and like little t-shirts and I'm like, man, they're so cute. But I never watched it. But yeah, that's the extent of what has happened in March since our Valentine's date. Oh, got to see the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. It was at night. It was the moon. The blood moon lunar eclipse. Yeah, that's what it was. It was called the blood moon, right? Harvest moon? Whatever it was called. I got to see it. That was really cool. And then it got really cloudy, and so then we couldn't see it, so it was time for sleep. For anyone who keeps up with space news, NASA will try to launch the Artemis 2 mission, I think, Artemis 2, on Friday. So be on the lookout for that if you like space. I believe they're trying to not land on the moon, but are they trying to go around the moon? I can't remember. But anyways, I heard that it was being captained by Victor Glover, who, if anyone was watching space stuff years ago on the first SpaceX Dragon mission to the ISS, I believe Victor Glover was on that very first Dragon mission. So that's why the name would sound familiar to you. When I saw his name, I was like, oh my God, you go, man, Captain. So yeah, and that was before we learned how wild the SpaceX man is. Know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that. Launch date is April 1st. Oh, okay. So wait, are they moving into position on Friday? What did I see? Did I read it wrong? Maybe they're preparing on Friday. I can't remember. But as Vlad said, because Vlad also keeps up, they are orbiting the moon or they will. They are going to attempt and hopefully successfully orbit the moon. And launch date is April 1st. This is not an April Fool's joke, okay? This is serious business. We're going back to the moon. We're going back to the moon. I found out the moon is flat. Absolutely not. The moon is as round as the cheese that you find uh in like a mozzarella cheese ball. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism, space. Not yet. Maybe we're the aliens capitalist test, and we have failed miserably. Yes, Hollow, that's exactly how round we are, and proud of it. Please tell me you know that reference? The one that Void Lord said? What reference? Clearly, I don't know it. But you're gonna tell me, and then I'm gonna be like, oh man, I do know that. And facepalm, hello. Space. Space, the final frontier. Space, the claw. Ooh. Red Alert? Is that where it's from? Is that a movie? I don't know what's playing right now on YouTube. I really need to turn on that. Oh, it's Lily Pichu. I think we're safe from DMCA. It's a Lily Pichu piano playing. Hold on. I'm clicking risky links from my mod. I know this guy. He's in stuff. Spies. What was that? Spies. I will forever only think about that word like that. Spies. My gosh. Brainworm successfully implanted. Mission accomplished. Spies. If I ever have an audition with that word in it, like, no, give me an anime guy name, guys. I need this scene to come into my head, okay? Give me an anime guy name. Stereotypical male anime protag name. Asta from I almost said Black Butler, Black Clover. Whoever the VA is for Asta in English, dear Lord, I hope you have insurance on that throat because the amount of Asta is one of those Yale talkers, and it's incredible. The vocal stamina of that voice actor is wild. I can't believe it. Bob? There's no Bob in anime. Asta? You want me to use Asta? Okay. Hasta la vista, baby. Okay. So I'm talking to Asta, right? Akira. Wait. Okay. Akira Asta. Akira hasta la vista. I'm turning down the YouTube. All right. So we're talking to Akira Asta. Hey. Hey, Akira. Akira Asta. Listen. I know we've been going out for a little bit, okay?
But I really, I don't know. I just feel like there's a disconnect, you know? Like you were just so busy at the school festival and you couldn't even come see my show because you were out fighting the hollows.
It's turning into Bleach now.
You were fighting the hollows while I was doing my performance, and I know you were saving the world, but it really hurt my feelings. And I feel like we really need some time and maybe a little bit of
Spice. 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 I already forgot how he said it. Mission not accomplished. I forgot how he said it. Oh my gosh. Element, hello. But anyways, that's my anime scene. And scene. Cut. Print. Ship it. Put it on Crunchyroll. ZZZ mentioned? What do you mean? I don't know anything about ZZZ. You'd watch that anime? Poor Akira Asta is just trying to save the world. And this high school girl is so selfish that she just wants him to watch the performance. Like, no, I don't want you to save everyone. I want you to only protect my heart. Everyone else's hearts don't matter. Just mine, okay? I really want to voice like a higher pitched character at some point. I feel like because my natural voice kind of just sits like here. Like this is my natural voice, okay? I want to voice, yeah, I want to go into my high register and really just, be that annoying high school girl that just wants your heart and no one else is allowed to have it. Or maybe she could be nice, I don't know. Like I'm really grateful that you protected us during the school festival. Do you want to go out? Here's some mochi. That's my dream. Okay. That's my dream. Post-apocalyptic modern setting with hollows eroding the world. Is that what ZZZ is about? Okay, well, I meant hollows from Bleach, but yeah, ZZZ too, I guess. Went a bit yonder right there. Oh, maybe that's my dream. Maybe that's what I want to play. Hire me, okay? Those are not... I haven't really gotten auditions for that. The auditions I have received have been super fun, and I will not say anything about what I've received from where or what it is because you will never know. Even when I book something, you guys will never in a million years even know I auditioned for anything. Just know that. Not only because of my goldfish memory, but because you guys ain't gonna know nothing. It's none of your business until it comes out, okay? For all you know, I'm not getting any auditions until the day something comes out. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I did audition for that like a year ago. No NDA breaking here. I'm a Pisces. You will know nothing ever. Nothing, nada. You should voice one of the girls in Doki Doki Literature Club of all of them. Is that voiced? I really want to play that. I know it's traumatic for people, but I want to play that at some point. Detective work required. You will have absolutely no idea. Like, none. And if you think there's a sign, that will be the opposite. That will actually mean that I don't even know what game exists out there, or anime. Like you will know nothing. Grace is working her survival job and eating food. And that is the extent of the life you guys will ever know until I ever can officially announce anything. Not a soul needs to know my life. Like, okay, so I told you guys that in March I announced that I was signed to RSA Talent for representation, right? Yeah, I have known that since January. Nobody, like two people and like my mom. So three people knew about it. So you guys will never know anything. We even had I streamed. I started streaming after I knew I had representation, and I on stream I still was like, I hope this year that I can get representation. So yeah, you guys will know nothing. Doki Doki playthrough would be crazy unvoiced. Oh, the whole game's unvoiced? I bet. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Hold on. I gotta send a text message. Like, I don't even tell my brothers things. My brothers and I love them. My brothers are great. But I text them like once every 3 months. You know, like it's sporadic. And I don't tell them anything. The last thing I spoke to my eldest brother about was what was it? What episode of Bungo Stray Dogs we left off on, because I needed to pick it back up. So that yeah. Um but yeah, that's what's been happening in life. I hope you guys also have been doing great things and great things have been happening for you. Keep working hard, you know. I do have comfy games I want to play soon. Like I said, Digits BB gifted A Little to the Left for my birthday. So if I can figure out how to set up gaming while VTubing, we'll play that comfy game. I also have the other organizational cleaning game, Unboxing. What is it called? Unboxing, Unpacking. One of those. I have that as well. But since Digits BB gifted A Little to the Left, I think I'll start with that one. That'll be the first one. And gifted the DLCs. Like, how crazy is that? And then, okay, and then I was downloading it because I got the codes from Throne. And I was downloading it onto my Steam. And you know what I see on the game page? It says that Digits BB has the game on his wish list. Like, how are you gonna gift me a game that you haven't bought for yourself? I'm gonna cry. How could you do this? Digits BB's watching a movie right now, so he's not here. But if it's still on his wish list, then we're not gonna tell anybody, okay? This is our little secret. If Digits BB still has A Little to the Left on his wish list, we are going to gift it to him for his birthday, which is not quite soon. We still have time. He just played a game I gifted him in 2022. What game was that? Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a backlog. Every gamer has a backlog. I guide people to treasure I cannot possess. Say no. More. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I I post dumb stuff to my Instagram stories, and one time I was doing auditions and then I was taking a little break, and so I decided um I was going to speak my mind because I was watching Bridgerton at the time. Nobody spoil the last 4 episodes of the newest Bridgerton season. I haven't seen them yet. But anyway, so I was watching Bridgerton, so Bridgerton was on my mind. And I really thought about doing this audition with a British accent, but it didn't fit, so I didn't do it. But then I was just like, I got my phone. What if I speak my mind? And so I made a cute little dumb video on Instagram stories just saying like, what if I work on my British accent so that I could I can be on Bridgerton because I really want to be on Bridgerton. But I said it in my British accent and I got so many DMs of people like, "Oh, is that how you normally talk?" Cuz I usually don't talk on Instagram stories or just pictures. And unless people have heard me talk in real life or on stream, they don't realize like what my voice sounds like. And my voice does for like the audio drama that I'm in, it's very close to my normal voice. Like Marisol in the audio drama is my voice with just the slightest Spanish accent, like Hispanic accent, Latin accent. Just slight, not too much. So she's very low tone like I am, and it's pretty much naturally and comfortably how I speak normally. Um but then so I did a very wonky British accent and people were like, "Is that how you talk? I didn't know you were British. Where in England are you from? How did you move to America?" Like just random DMs from people. It was like of all the stories for anyone and random people to see, this is the one? What? If only they knew that Grace was born in Loch Lomond and grew up in Riften. That is actually a fact. That is my Elfie home, and then I moved to Skyrim and lived in the slums of Riften, apparently like a little rat. Eating cheese, moldy cheese in the sewers. Going to the Winking Skiva. You alerted the herd. It was weird. Like sometimes my stories get seen and then oftentimes it's just the usual crowd, which I appreciate. But then there's like random times where I'm so confident no one's gonna see my stories that I'll post like a really dumb thing, and those are the ones, like the algorithms, like, Grace is being a dummy again, let's show the world, and it like pushes my story or something, and then I get like 300 viewers on my story, and I'm like, what the heck? Who are you people? And why did it have to be this story to introduce you to me? It's weird. I don't know how Instagram works, okay? But yes, what if I decide I just want to speak like this for the entirety of my life? I might get stuck like that after all. And people might actually believe that this is the way I speak. Which is fine, I don't care. They can bloody well think whatever they want. One sec. What if one day I get to voice like random NPCs? Like, let me voice like 3 NPCs, one's just my normal speaking voice. One of them is like that cute, like yandere anime voice that I was doing earlier. And then, like, what if I just I drop down into my British accent and then I talk like this? Oh. I think I'm losing my mind because I've been awake since like 8 a.m. I have to wake up early every day for work. Ugh, the struggles. Welcome back to life. Gandalfina, calm down. That small cousin Gandalf there. He's a bit of a he's a crazy bloke. He's a bit of a crazy bloke, he is. I did hear about the Lord of the Rings sequels. I'm conflicted. You know, like the films, the original films were and continue to be, they remain ever legendary, ever classic, ever the epitome of fantasy film. And The Hobbit was, it was all right. I don't remember much of The Hobbit, and I don't ever think I watched the third one, and that's just because I never got around to it, not because I hated it. I just didn't have time, and then I never did. But The Hobbit was all right. I enjoyed the first one, that's all I remember, and I'm sure the other ones were good. I think that they should leave well enough alone. However, I love Lord of the Rings so much. And Stephen Colbert is very much like, if there was ever the biggest Lord of the Rings brain nerd aside from Tolkien himself and son, Tolkien and son, it would be Stephen Colbert, right? Okay. So he's like the shining bit of hope in a very uncertain bit of news. You know what I'm saying? I have hope because I trust the Lord of the Rings nerd. But it's also, my fear is not the story. My fear is the modern cinematic techniques used in films today. The charm is taken out of a lot of films because they just go into all these weird CGI things that are unnecessary, and it's just, I have a fear that it will be too modern. I didn't watch The Rings of Power as much as I wanted to. I don't know. The little trailers didn't appeal to me. It seemed a little too modern. I want to return to Middle Earth. I want it to feel old. This is a story of old. Bring the stories of old. I want to hear the legends of the Shire people. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that news. Excitement, hesitation, hope, and worry. Maybe it will be smaller in scope, so it will stray from modern cinema. I hope, honestly. That is the hope. Reminds me of how I'm just going to read everything with my British accent because I want to practice, and I've got to practice. Reminds me of how books / media's been rewritten include. Wait, what? Reminds me of how books. Sorry, my OBS. I gotta scroll. Reminds me of how books or media's been rewritten to include TikTok and other unnecessary modern technologies. Yeah, everything's so short form. Like, it can be smaller in scope. That's great, but it doesn't need to be short form like for social media, and it doesn't need to be modern cinema where it's just dangling keys in front of people's faces to keep their attention. That's just, back in the day, good storytelling in cinema would just keep people watching. And now it feels like they're like trying to cater to a short attention span in all the wrong ways. Like, if you want to captivate attention. Don't jingle the keys, okay? Is that better? Is the music better now? Stories rewritten to say kids are watching TikTok, watching memes on phones instead of what they were originally. What? Oh, wait, like they're putting modern day ideas into older stories? Like if they redid Cinderella for the millionth time, they would be on a tablet instead of sending a letter through a pigeon or something? Yeah. Okay, that's different. I do sometimes feel like they get a little cheesy with presenting modern day in films, but I mean it's always been a thing. We had flip phones, there were flip phones in films. There will be some new technology in the future, and iPads will appear to the future generations as flip phones do to us, you know? Even more irritating using modern jargon. Yeah, it depends. Again, it depends on how it's used. If it's a modern day film, or if the adaptation of something is supposed to be adapted for modern day, then it would suffice to say that those terms are necessary to place it in that timeline. However, when it's not supposed to be there, like if it's the year 2000 and you're saying, like, what's that weird number? 6, 7, whatever the heck that means. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Because no one was saying that back then. Cinderella influencer. Oh, she was the queen. You were on your phone. Come back, Roy. We're just talking about life before I wrap up. I saw a tweet that movies, media still can't get cell phones right because they create plot holes in the story. Yes, because if you have the wrong phone, if you have an iPhone and it's the year 2002, that's wonky, right? People can still have flip phones today, but I need the general public in the film to have smartphones while the one person has a flip phone and they're the outlier. That's how they make it make sense. Video games overcame that hurdle a long time ago, even if it's not with actual phones. Yeah. You know what grinds my gears? You know what really irks me? Is when I see these bumbling Twitter fools twittering their thumbs, typing on Twitter, and saying, I hate localization. Oh, good God. Why did they have to say, by golly? Why couldn't she just say, oh my God? Why did she have to say, by golly? And they'll like fixate on terminology, and it's like, yeah, chill. You say that exact same word every day. Why can't this character say it, huh? It was localized to be in English and and chill out. If you want to hear the original word, learn the original language. Thank you. There's a point to be made there. I'm sure. Oh, my phone's telling me I gotta go to sleep soon. I set a sleepy time alarm. Anime dubbed insult. This anime dub insulted my mom and called her a slur and kicked my puppy. And now I'm upset. And I blame the actors. Ugh. Because the actor made the decision to use this word, and I'm hurt and offended. Because the Japanese says. But it's a Chinese game. Honestly, I laugh a lot. I worry about the mental state of humanity, the critical thinking, the ability to discuss, the ability to adapt, the ability to learn. I'm fine with localization critiques if it's coming from people who actually understand what localization is and why it's done the way it is. Twitter folks, the majority, the ones who are the loudest, do not understand. They just want to be loud because they are Angies. They are Angies. And the world must know that I'm angry that they did not use this Japanese word in English that has no actual translation. What if the previous mentioned modern jargon was used in something like Freyren? I haven't seen that. What kind of universe timeline does that sit in? Old timies? I knew I knew you were gonna go off. I knew you were gonna go off. I haven't seen it, okay? I'm trying to catch up on Bunga Stray Dogs. If you haven't seen that, I'm gonna need you to watch it, okay? Even I watch it? What do you mean even you? I expected you to watch it. Hello, Blazer Gamer. How are you? You came just in time before I am close to ending stream. It's just a short chat to let you know I haven't forgotten about you and I'm here and I miss you guys and I will try to find time to stream more. Bungo's a little bit more niche. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. I think more people should watch it because it's incredible. Sometimes localization is a little, let's say, lacking awareness of the source material. Okay, and that happens. And I agree. Sometimes localization could be better. There's always room for improvement somewhere. So yeah, if they're a little too modern in a high fantasy-esque thing, I mean, I'm sure they're trying to go for something and it's probably missing the mark. But my point is there are folks out there who hyperfixate on like one thing and then generalize the fact that all localization is a stinkies. And I'm upset because they don't use the original words when being translated and localized. And I'm like, okay, well, the language options are there. Yeah, they place a dub on the VAs. Like, yes, the VAs translated the script themselves. They wrote it down. And then they recorded it. It's all the VAs. They do everything. They forget what teamwork is. And the amount of work and effort it takes to translate and localize something is incredible. You have people speaking multiple languages, understanding culture and context, not just translating, because some people think they could just use Google Translate and understand a language. But to localize, you have to understand cultural context of both sides of the translation. You could translate word for word and it's not gonna make a lick of sense to somebody. It'll like kind of fit, like, okay, I kind of get it. But because the audience is different, the cultures are different, like, unless you know, okay, if it's an anime from Japan, unless you know Japanese culture and it's an anime about Japan that takes place in Japan, like,
like it's a high fantasy written by Japanese people. There's cultural things in there that are included, and so they have to get translated in a way that is brought into, let's say, English. But those things, those kind of niche, very, very, I don't know what the word is, like high point contextual, culturally contextual things that cannot be translated into like American English because those things don't really apply or exist here. You gotta like make it to where the audience can understand the gist of the context by placing it into the American localized context where it's like, oh, I see what's happening here. It's not exact because we can't fully transcribe that bit of culture that doesn't exist in America into American English, because how do you do that? It doesn't exist. So now we have to put that idea into American English words to be understood by the American English audience. Does that make sense? I'm kind of ranting, but like that's kind of like it's hard work. And it's never going to be 100% precise because there's so much nuance that goes into it. You have to be able to connect the cultures and language and context across multiple cultures. It's hard work. It's hard to do, and no one's going to be 100% happy. But gosh darn, they work hard and they make it as great as possible. It is a fine line to tread. And they have to do this on like the shortest of deadlines, especially when it's like simulcast episodes. They're jumping from one to the next to the next. Like everything has to be translated and localized and everything prepared so that the VA can even step into the studio and have something to record. And if they're simulcasting it week by week, oh my God, the amount of work that has to be ready before anyone gets behind the microphone. Oh, you have no idea. It's a lot of work. Respect these people and their work. You might not think it's perfect, but hey, go watch it in Japanese. And you're still not going to understand if you don't know Japanese or anything about Japanese culture aside from what you've learned from anime. You will still, even if you're watching it in the original Japanese, you will not understand the nuances of what's going on. Will you understand the subtitles? Sure. But the small nuances on why they use that particular sentence ending, you won't get it, So I'm going to need everyone to just enjoy the art, appreciate the hard work. Have your opinions, sure. There's always room for improvement, but be nice about it. Like, dang, these people are working hard. They're doing this for you. The subtitles and the actual dub is different? Yeah. That does happen because oftentimes the subtitles are translated and there's like a lot of rewriting can happen as recording is happening in order to fit in order to fit mouth flaps and timing, which is very difficult because you got to do it really fast because you got to crank out these episodes really fast. And so sometimes rewriting has to happen, but you got to keep it within context and you have to make sure it makes sense. But then the subtitles have already been written according to the translation and localization before the rewrites had to happen for the mouth flaps to work according to timing of the voice recording. Like, so a lot goes into it. And I used to complain about it because when I started learning Japanese and started realizing like, hey, what they just said in Japanese doesn't match this English subtitle thing. And then, the ones that I would watch in English, I would still watch with subtitles because I can't hear without subtitles. And it wouldn't match. And I'm like, that's a little weird. But then I learned. Can you believe it? I understood why this happens. And I was like, okay, the brain cell has grown, the critical thinking, the empathy is there, and I get it, and I'm actually not bothered that they don't match. They're putting in the work, okay, and the anime greatness hasn't changed. Pixar's Inside Out, the scene that shows toddler Riley refusing to eat broccoli because she found it gross, has different vegetables shown on the plate for different international releases to make more sense for different cultures. I forgot which country it was, but they don't have a problem with kids eating broccoli, but they do have trouble scrolling. Making kids eat bell peppers, that was Japan. Peppers are not accepted in Japan. But yes, so for that country's release of Inside Out, they changed the animation to have bell peppers instead of broccoli. Goes to show that localization happens on so many different levels in different ways. Also, hi Jazz! Guys, I got to meet Jazz last year. It was such a happy time. Hi! Good to see you, and thank you, because yes, it's not just in the voice acting. It's not just in the voice recording. It happens on animation level as well. There's some anime out there. Did anyone grow up watching Doraemon? Doraemon in the one I grew up with, I am pretty darn sure I never saw any of them using chopsticks. Okay. As a child, I never saw anyone using chopsticks in Doraemon. And then I saw Japanese Doraemon, right? And they're using chopsticks. So, like Jazz said, it happens on all levels. Not always, but look out for those things and appreciate them because they're really trying to connect to the audience. Jelly donuts, that is one of the most famous ones. You have, who is it, Brock in Pokemon holding an onigiri? No kid in America is gonna know what an onigiri is unless they are of Japanese descent or just happen to know that from Asian culture, just like. So they said it's a jelly donut because to American children, we thought it was weird, yes. But somewhere in the back of our heads, we were like, it could potentially be a jelly donut. Like, we understand what jelly donuts are. I once had a little Debbie cake that had coconut shavings on the outside that kind of, to me, looked like it would be that Pokemon jelly donut. So I was like, I get it. I understand that it's probably not that because that's weird as a mug, but I understand. So they're trying to appeal to this audience. But also, that's just some weird stuff. But if we didn't get mad at the jelly donuts, it became the greatest thing. We still talk about jelly donuts to this day. I was in Japan and I bought onigiri from 7-Eleven and I joked about it being a jelly donut. Like, it's ingrained. We made fun in the most wholesome ways. But now you have the Twitter tapping people on the internet. Just, I'm angry about it. If that came out today, and Brock said that's a jelly donut, oh boy, would Twitter be on fire with people angry about, oh my gosh, I can't believe he called it a jelly donut. Like, that's totally. Wait, how do I make this like really annoying kid on Twitter? Oh my god, I was like totally watching Pokemon and you know that guy Brock? Insert photo of Brock here holding the said jelly donut. Look at this image. Circled for your convenience in case you're blind. He totally called this a jelly donut. How insensitive is the localization team for saying that this is a jelly donut and the voice actor actually said jelly donut when everyone knows this is an onigiri? It is a rice bowl. I can't believe they would they would offend the Japanese culture in such a way to call this a jelly donut. I'm so mad. Everyone retweet this. Thank you.
Like, what? Calm down. We thought it was funny.
Lil bro, on God, they called this a jelly donut. Japanese people are so offended by this. All of the Japanese teenagers watching this same anime are thinking that the American localizers and the American voice actors are sucky because they can't translate correctly.
Okay, yeah, but I lived in Japan for 5 years and taught Japanese kids and worked with Japanese people and spoke with Japanese locals, and all of them, like, they think it's really cool that anime gets translated into English at all. Like, a lot of my students were like, we're gonna start watching anime in English to learn English. Like, nobody's rioting in Japan. Calm down. You are the only, don't try to be a white knight. Calm down. Have your jelly donut. I don't know how did we get on this topic. I'm so amused by these things. Like, people will find anything to be angry about. There are so many things to actually be angry about. This is not one of them. I'm gonna need you to breathe. Hi, Risco. I don't know what the context is, but it sounds like nonsense that just rot my brain. We're talking about voice acting stuff, localization stuff, and people on Twitter and the internet and kind of in general having the need to be angry at anything. There's so much happening in the world that is actually bad. Let's enjoy the little things and let's not fight over dumb things. Thank you. Have your jelly donut. I'm running out of water, which means I gotta go. I gotta go. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Apollo? In case you're blind like Brock. Is Brock blind? I don't remember Pokemon, okay? But I want Pokopia so badly, but I don't have a Switch too. Click thumbnail here. You got in a small dispute with someone over Twist's localization. Hey, the localizers are doing their dang best. Also, is that Twisted Wonderland? Is that what we were talking about last time? Twisted Wonderland, I still haven't seen anything about, but all of my students, not all of them, but a lot of my students in Japan actually love Twisted Wonderland before it was even on the radar of anybody in the West. You know, they had the 7-Eleven random Twisted Wonderland candies and keychains and whatever. And like, you gotta localize that and bring it to American audiences. So it's gonna be a little different because the context of being in Japan is different than the context of being here. Ace Attorney reference because also heavily localized and essentially takes place in Japanifornia. I love that. No one got mad at Big Hero 6. What was that? San Francisco? Like, that's not even a real place. They had a bunch of Japanese food and they had American stuff, and it was all a mixture. Like, nobody's mad. Calm down. Nobody in Japan got mad that they changed the broccoli and Inside Out into bell peppers in Japan. I'm pretty darn sure that Japan was like, wow, they made this fit into our culture to make sense. Because if that had been broccoli on the plate on the screen in Japan, they were like, it's weird that she hates broccoli. Broccoli's good for you. Everybody loves broccoli. Broccoli's good. But you make that bell peppers? Oh no, now we understand why she hates it. Because it's bell peppers. Of course she's gonna hate it. In America, it's like, ugh, broccoli. You know, kids hate broccoli here. So that makes sense here. Localization is important, okay? It might be the smallest thing, but it's done for a reason to fit the context of the audience so that it can make sense and have a connection. There's a point to it. And the point is always connection. Voice actors are not just saying lines. They're connecting words to character to life. The connection is the important part. That was me. I was on the rare twist fans in the West when most of the fandom was in Japan and the Philippines. And the context is going to be different for all of them. And yet, we all still love the same things. Isn't that strange? Because we connect to it in some way, shape, or form. Why? Because the creators and the teams behind this have made it so the connection can transcend culture and language. And that's a lot of work and a lot of really fast-paced work. You got people working 800 hours a week to get this done because by next week you got to have the next one done, you know? Criticism is valid. You can't dismiss everything as mad Twitter teenagers saying that as someone who mostly watches sub. No, not everyone, which is why I said earlier that I gained understanding and empathy. Criticism and opinions are important, but it's the way it's presented. And a lot of what you see is the angry teenager energy. Because no one actually wants to have the discussions. They just want to be angry about something because anger makes other people jump in on anger. Misery loves company. And that's why you get the loud, angry people getting the most retweets and likes. And it's like, nah, stop it. Hold on, responding to a message. That's true for any subject these days. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just happen to be talking about VA and localization and stuff like that. So that's the topic. But honestly, like I said, people just want to be angry. I think because the world is miserable. So people want to like expand upon that misery. I don't know. I really don't understand it. But I feel like energy could be expanded upon differently. Hold on. I'm trying to figure something out here. I'm trying to figure something out here. The command jelly? What is this? Take a seat and eat your jelly donut. Thanks. Hold on. This is important stuff. Okay, let's see. Jazz says, earlier you talked about media becoming more accommodating to short attention spans that were used by TikTok and other short form media. And one reason I love Iron Lung so much is that it's not fast paced for most of the film. I have to scroll. And that really helped out with the unease you feel throughout the story and such. And I have ADHD, where I may be a bit more easily distracted than others. Ooh, that's fair. I heard about Iron Lung. I haven't seen it. I honestly don't know anything about it. But it's cool to hear that they slowed it down a bit. It's not common in media right now. And I think they just kind of accept short, quote unquote, short attention span audience is the norm now, when that, there is a way to captivate at different, by presenting at different, not just speeds, but different ways of storytelling that can still captivate audiences, even for those that have ADHD and similar things. So, I mean, I'm guilty of watching Bridgerton, which I love, but I will look at my phone sometimes, so it happens. So it's cool to hear that they used short form, or they used different form and not just short form, and it was appealing to you. There's a lot of reasons people are angry. It could be repressed anger, natural temperament that was never managed, genuine disorder. Yeah, but also there are healthy ways to express emotion, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I wish there were more incentive for people to guide others into healthier ways to express emotion. And for people to want to seek out those healthier methods to express emotion, especially those harsher emotions like anger. All right, I'm gonna wrap up soon, but I'm gonna finish reading these chats. Because this is a great conversation. I think my YouTube playlist ended or borked. Honestly, I don't know. But that's fine. Jazz also says, but because it wasn't fast paced, I was able to be fully immersed into the story and was even mentally coming up with theories and such in my head as we went along, because I had time to think without being constantly spoon fed flashy action. I'm going to expand slightly on this and bring it back to anime. I watched the first season of Demon Slayer. Loved it. Thought it was great. I watched the first Demon Slayer film, the Mugen Train or whatever it's called. I loved it. The only thing I did not like about Demon Slayer, which is something that might be a hot take to some people, because I see that it's a lot of people's favorite things about Demon Slayer, is the way the action, the fighting actions and the fighting moves are animated. It is a little too colorful and like half looking CGI kind of a vibe. It took away from me actually fully liking it. I was like, the storytelling is great, the voice acting is great, and everything else is great, but then when it comes to these motions of like the fighting scenes where they're swooping and schwarping and it gets so like technicolor, and it kind of doesn't fit because the rest of like an episode would be a little slower and the colors are beautiful, but then once they're all moving around, and it kind of just seems like dangling keys in front of my eyeballs to keep my attention. But you already had my attention with your great storytelling and the fact that the art is beautiful. You don't gotta add extra to it. And that's my hot take. And I have not seen past the first film of Demon Slayer. Maybe I should, because I really did enjoy the story, but just my eyeballs, It was a little distracting, a little too much key jangling for me. But yeah, I feel like a lot of like social media videos, because it's so limited on what the time you can post, like you have to post within a minute, you have 60 seconds, or you have 3 minutes max. And so you have to fit so much content that you want to share with your audience into these short little forms. So you have to spoon feed and like spit it out as fast as you can. Like the world is slow down. We have lost the ability to slow down. And that reflects on how we connect to people. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get on a whole TED talk here. But I think, and we can expand on this next time if somebody reminds me, but I think it affects the media we absorb and the ways we absorb it absolutely has always affected how we interact with each other. And because we are so bent on fast absorption of things, we want fast connections with people. Like, oh, you gotta date fast. Like you can't go base 1, base 2, base 3 anymore. Like you gotta jump the steps. Like you can't start with holding hands. You gotta start with making out. Like what? Like slow down. Yearn a little bit. One thing I loved about the Bridgerton interviews was Yedenha saying like we've forgotten how to yearn, like bring back yearning. And I love that, and I need that on a t-shirt, because you need time in order to yearn for something, whether it's I yearn for this delicious slice of pizza I could have in the future after work, or I yearn to see my lover who lives in Timbuktu. I don't know. Like, you know, there's like the longing, the wait, the time that it takes to fully appreciate, and you yearn for it. Like, we don't have that anymore. I need that in my life, please. Let's see. Risco says, it's what I also like about the movie Moonlight. I still haven't seen that, but it's on my list. I've heard people say they don't like it because nothing much is happening, too slow pace, but I understand they were probably just being big action and comedy scenes, but Moonlight was more grounded to real life. Ooh, I like that. It's pushing up on my list because you said that. Slow paced movies. French movie called A Portrait of Lady on Fire. Oh, I'm getting hiccups. I don't know what that is, but please, if you're in the Discord, throw that into like the TV and film channel. I like recommendations on stuff, so I love that. Sometimes look at my phone briefly, but I'll pause the show for a few minutes. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Or I'll rewind because I missed something. It's like when you read a book. People don't read anymore because they felt like they were losing attention and they have to reread the same sentence 500 times. And then they just stopped reading the book. I am guilty of this happening to me. And I have to force myself to put my phone across the room and just read. And by the time I get through like 10 chapters, I'm like, wow, I just went on an adventure because I wasn't focused on my phone being next to me. You can even like tell people, hey, you're not going to hear from me for 3 hours because I'm reading. Okay? Unless it's an emergency, don't call me. I'm reading. Like, tell people that. Do it. Don't be afraid. They might say, wow, what a nerd. And I'm like, heck yeah. And push on my glasses like, I don't know if you heard that snort. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened. Okay, good. We're going to continue. Managed to finish the Expanse show recently. Ooh, cool. Who are you? What did you do with Garce? Garce is no longer here. Sorry, Garce can't come to the phone right now. This is Grace. Iron Lung was made by Markiplier, also acted in it, also did so well. I heard Valkyrie was in it, and I'm a big Valkyrie fan, and I admire her so much. She's great. So that's cool. Iron Lung was acknowledged at this film festival I went to. Ooh, cool. All right, you guys are getting me interested in this Iron Lung. I feel that way during the Entertainment District arc. I did not get that far. That's why I started gravitating towards slower paced media. Too overwhelming with everything. Yes, you feel me. Start with hand holding. Got it. Start with hand holding. Well, start with, hey, what's your name? Get to know a person, and then, hey, are you okay? Like once you're fully connected and you've established that there's a mutual interest. Hey, are you comfortable? Is it okay? I really want to hold your hand. Would that be okay? Man, I would swoon. If I, if I go on a date and I'm really enjoying it, we're We've been on a second date. We've talked. We're getting to know each other. And, it's the end of the night. And we're going to take a walk. We're going to take a little walk to end the night. And it's just like, hey, I'm really connecting with you. Would it be okay if I held your hand on this walk? Oh, my heart would jump out of my chest. I'd be like, take my whole heart in your hand if you want. But like, that doesn't happen anymore. So I'm like, you seem like you have one intention in mind because you're rushing everything. So I'm like, how about no? One time on a train ride, I was watching The View and mourning the inability to take my time with relationships in my art and entertainment because right now isn't allowing me to stop and feel things. Yeah, sometimes life just doesn't let you slow down. You have to force yourself. I'm just going to be very honest. You have to force yourself to stop and take a breath. If you're on a hike and you're like, I gotta make this hike in 3 hours, what's the point of the hike? Just the exercise? But like, you're missing the cool flower field that's in the left side and the view over the mountain on the right side, all because you gotta make it to the top in 3 hours so you can beat your record. Like, what if you make a record of how many flowers you can count on your hike? Like, you set the goals. Your life is yours, okay? And I know we have to work and like survive and make money and bring food to the table for the family and all this stuff. But like, when do you stop and be like, oh, I lived today. I didn't just survive. I lived, Those are the moments you share with people. Like, hey, dude, I went to work today and then I went to Trader Joe's and then I got groceries and then I went back home and then I planned work for tomorrow. But like, what if you say, hey, I went to work and then I went on a little walk and I didn't beat my record, but man, you should have seen the big fat bee I saw on this flower. It was thick, triple C, thick bumblebee. It's spring. Happy spring, my dude. Like, that's so much better of a story, right? All because you took the time to stare at the bumblebee. The snort was on full blast. I'm so sorry. I love WALL-E. I'm sorry, I'm rushing through these because I gotta go. I have work tomorrow. Speaking of work, but I took the moment to stop and stream and talk to you today, and I'm happy about it. And we get to share these moments, and I hope I get to do it more with you guys. So keep your thoughts, and please always, I love these talks with you guys because I love talking about life in this little Elfie library with you. But oh my God, I love WALL-E. Like, that's first. Inside Out is top. WALL-E used to be my top, but then Inside Out. So Inside Out and then WALL-E. I love WALL-E. WALL-E's great. How much show don't tell follows. Favorite part. The movie came out when I was 9 to 10 years old. Oh, I feel so old. Oh my God. As a child with ADHD, love that kind of storytelling even back then. I love that, Jazz. Thank you for sharing that. Look, that movie ruined romance stories for me because it took 13 years for anything to top that. Facts. All right, I'm skipping a little. I'm so sorry. I'm going to post a movie poster. Thank you. I learned to appreciate extra bits of dialogue and media, literally just asking, hey, I'm about to do this thing. Are you okay with that? I love that. When someone asks, hey, can I move this hair out of your face? If someone takes the time to be considerate enough for consent, may I hold your hand? Oh, that's why this season of Bridgerton, The Yearning, it's my favorite season of Bridgerton. Oh my gosh, bring back Yearning. If anyone ever sees a hat, like a cap or a t-shirt that says that, please gift it to me. I know I said I don't need gifts, but I need that. Thank you. Mentioned Twitter people still enjoy saying you're not a true adult if you enjoy hobbies and passions once in a while. Wait, you're not a true adult if you're enjoying your hobbies and passions once in a while. You're not a true adult? Bro, you're not a human if you don't have passions. Like, what are you living for, okay? What's the purpose? Are you just doing things to survive? Like, are you living? What are you doing it for? Why? What's your why? That's one thing we ask in acting a lot. Like, why are you saying these words? Why is your character doing this? Why? Okay, I think I'm at the end here. Inside Out was underrated. Everyone should watch Inside Out, please. Thank you. And WALL-E. Consent is sexy, fact. But also, consent is the top reason. But another reason is the person took the time, which means they're in tune with you and they want to connect with you. And they want to do it in the most genuine way. And they're saying it like, oh, sexy, that's sexy. I'm only human after all. Put in the work. Facts. Okay, I made it to the end of chat. Oh, I can breathe. Thank you guys so much for all the conversations. It has been great. We will continue our TED Talks. Don't be angry on social media. Take a breath. Enjoy the flowers. Have passion. Bring back yearning. And have a great rest of your week. Thanks for everything. We will continue our talks, I promise. All right, I'm not gonna rate anybody because I feel like we were in the zone and now we gotta go. I will announce. I'll try to be better at announcing when I want to stream. I never know, so we'll see what happens. But I will always say in the Discord, "Hey, I'm gonna stream," even if it's 5 minutes before. But thanks. Bring back yearning. We got a lot of quotes today. I appreciate that. All right. I will always say this. I've said this forever, and you're probably going to get annoyed by me continuing to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others, especially as this world is getting crazier. You never know what someone's going through, and everyone is going through something. It's a crazy time. I will definitely refill my water bottle. Thank you for the hydrates, Hollow. But yeah, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. Take care. Love each other. Find your passions. Find healthy ways to express yourselves. And breathe, okay? If you feel yourself getting angry, breathe. Why are you angry? Can you resolve it on your own in a healthy way? And newborn officially out. See you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Any raids? No raids for tonight. Next time, I promise. Thanks for the conversations. Bye. Goodbye. I forgot how to end my own stream. Oh, there we go. Bye. Good night, good day, good time of your place.